I'm going to go back to Jessie's story here because Jessie returned from boot camp and she went to work immediately. She is absolutely a powerful dynamo, a go-getter. She does not make excuses. She always finds a way. She came home. She created her yearly calendar. She's got her monthly meetings, her trainings, her monthly future leader classes. She set everything up for the whole year, which is what every leader needs to do. She created a totally new reward system for her team. She announced it to them in December. Actually, she just had her meeting. We did her platinum call on Wednesday, and she had done her team meeting on Tuesday night, and she said it was phenomenal. She was giving out a lot of her new recognition, and she said that, she said they were just like, oh, wow. And she said, they were just flabbergasted. And that's, what happens when you're doing something like this? You get people at your monthly meetings. Your reward system, this new reward system, she had so many people at her meeting because they all wanted to get in on the action. And she had a 13% increase, sales increase on her team over the same month, over January of the year before. And but the most important thing she said that really started happening, well, besides all the extra money and everything, was she was getting more help from her team. She was getting more help from other people. And that's what this business is all about. And those are some of the things that she's done and implemented in her results from boot camp. So I'm going to ask you right now, are you ready to go from information to transformation in your business? Because you can get all the information, but you have to take it from information to transformation, and I can show you how to do that. Now, let's go to the rest of the seminar. I told you I'd have a checklist, and this is a checklist of what I used to have. Like if I was training somebody in my car, this is a checklist that I would have for her. And she, and it didn't matter whether it was in my car, but it was very easy to use when I was driving her to my party. And but you could also just use it in a regular sit-down training. Create a little book of everything. Actually, as I got progressed and stuff, I created a little training book for them. But the first thing you want to teach them is how to control their calendar by using the open date card. If you've been a Karen Phelps follower for long, I talk about the open date card. It is the key to my consistency in the business. It's the key to thousands of direct selling people, consultants who have invested in my products or been on any of my programs. It has been the key for their success for controlling their calendar, and that's by using the open date card. You also need to talk about your company's hostess program. Now, you need to teach, not talk about, you need to teach the company hostess program, and it needs to be based on an above average party with 2 to 3 bookings. So if your company party average is $500, then you need to teach them what the hostesses will receive for a $700 party and either 2 to 3 bookings. I use 3 bookings because our company had a bonus item for any hostess that got 3 bookings at her party. They had a bonus item. So I always talk, with an above. Now our company average was $350. I used to teach them $500 and 3 bookings. And I'd say if you do anything else, you did it on your own because I didn't teach you how to do it. Going back to my company, my recruits had almost 3 times the average of the companies. So it was because I didn't talk to them. You can have a team that's average or you can have a team that's above average. And remember, the choice is yours because it's how you bring your team in, how you bring them in, and how you train them. So if you train them using the company average, you'll have a bunch of average recruits. If you train them using an above average party and show them how to coach their hostesses for an above average party, you'll have above average recruits. It's your choice. You have to show her how to secure her initial bookings and have her begin or continue her list of potential hostesses. You sit down with them. When somebody says, I see so many training manuals and stuff, and they say, write down your list of 100. And I'm going to be flat out honest with you. I could not sit down right now and write a list of 100 people. When I do a party, I come up with a list of 40 people. And the reason being, I don't know. I don't know if I don't get out much or what, or if I just been in the business. I don't know what it is, but I couldn't sit down and write a list of 100 people. But if someone said to me, I want you to sit down and I want you to create a list of the 6 to 8 people who you'd feel most comfortable doing your first parties with, I could do that. I could easily do that. And you take her through and say, okay, what about some close friends? What about some family members? What about some of your in-laws? Some people on your husband's side of the family? What about people you used to work with? Maybe people that you work with now. People that you go to the gym with, people that you bowl with, people that you know through your kids. You're taking her through a whole list, and you're helping her create new chains of people that are not going to be all the same people. So you've got to be careful on how you're helping them create their list of people. Now, I'm not saying she might not be able to create a list of 100, but I'd rather have her have a good list of 6 to 8 people that she could start calling and get her initial bookings. And I use some words, who would you feel most comfortable doing your first 6 to 8 parties with? Then I'll tell you right now, she can create that list. Next time I see her, the next time we talk, let's work with some more people. Who else can we add to your list? And sometimes when we work with that, we get them to expand their list and get a lot more people than if I sat down and told somebody just create a list of 100 people. I want to also show her how to prepare a complete hostess packet. Now, some of this can go right back to the interview because you've taken a hostess packet with you, and you're going to, if she hasn't been a hostess, you want to have some hostess pack, you want to have that hostess packet for her. Now, I'm going to give you a little tip. I shared this on the first call. I took 6 hostess packets with me to my interview, and if the person signed up, I sold her 6 hostess packets. Sold her 6 hostess packets, complete hostess packets. Why did I do this? Because I think that even in the best case scenario, if they got their kit in 3-4 days, that's 3 to 4 days that they don't have supplies in their hand. And so, and yeah, she's going to take them out of her kit. Maybe she's going to take them out of her kit and give her hostesses. But that could delay her booking her parties and getting the hostess packet in their hands by a week. If I come prepared with 6 hostess packets that I sell her, I don't give them to her, and the reason being because I know somebody's going to ask me, why do you sell them instead of giving them to her? If I sell them to her, she will get rid of them. If I give them to her, she will sit on them. Okay? And it's not my job to put money into her business. That's her job. That's her responsibility. Okay? And I just say, you know what? I want you to succeed right, and you said you want to get going right away. So I brought 6 hostess packets. So if you would like, I brought these for you. So if you'd like, here's what they cost, and whatever you sell them to for whatever it costs you to put together. If it costs you $2 per hostess packet, then you say, it's only $12 for these 6 hostess packets. But that way, when you start booking your parties, you're going to have this hostess packet. You don't have to wait for your kit. Immediately, you're sitting down, you're talking to somebody, you get their party, and you can give them their hostess packet and get them working on your party, and we're going to get money in your pocketbook faster. Okay, she likes it. You're telling her why it's good for her. You're going to teach her not only how to prepare the hostess packet, but how to hostess coach. Very important. They have to know thoroughly how to hostess coach their hostess. You want to teach them how to overcome objections, and you want to show them how to have a good or a great grand opening. Okay, these are the things that your new consultant has to do right away.